I'm going live. Amazing, I'm live in my other room. And today I wanted to share the topic of artificial intelligence now in my case. I need to enter the dog, wait. That's my sugar. So we will be two persons online, me and my dog. So in my case, the artificial intelligence topic starts from my when we started doing the channeling about the artificial intelligence. That was like we started to channel about the future and and our human future and the society's future, and then we ended up in getting such varieties of information. The main thing is what the being said from the future is that we are only in the beginning of technological breakthrough or the technological awakening, or doesn't matter how you interpret it. Right now, when I thought we were nearly in the hugest, technological evolution that we think we have, we are now only in the beginning of the human technological advancement that we will have in the future. And the topic more is right now related to artificial intelligence and how it would change our future. And the point of view is now that I have because I'm a program developer myself, I do different types of programming languages, and for my own. And I learned programming from channeling experiences and channeling and meditation experience. So I have like two sides. One side is the technological thinking, which is basically programming, computer programming, and the other side is the meditation and channeling. So it's like two completely opposite topics in my sense put together. So and actually I'm sorry for the environment which I'm in. Many people online have a beautiful studio, have a beautiful room and so on, but I'm not the type of person. It's like the information is important, so I will share the information. So in the future, when we were talking, the being said that the topic is really large. I'm thinking how we can approach this topic from the best point of view. That many people, including actors, will lose or will not have many workplaces will be reduced. Many service working people in the service areas will be reduced. There will be advanced computer systems. There will be not advanced, but there will be the human computer systems will be advancing and changing the service areas. Everything will become automated, just like we have right now the machines that you don't have a cashier, you have a machine that takes the money, you pay it, and scan you just scan the barcodes, and you pay with the money. The cinemas will don't have any cashiers, everything will be done via smartphone, everything. People will pay through cash machines with the smartphones, and everything will be mainly and solely based on computer technology. So many people in many areas of the service areas will be reduced to zero or nearly to zero. And then we started to do channeling, and I started developing myself some kind of figure of some kind of a first insight of what an artificial intelligence is. And many have these ideas that artificial intelligence will take over the world, and artificial intelligence is evil in a sense, and artificial intelligence is bad in a sense. So I started developing the AI myself for my own personal project, and I started to become amazed how powerful this technology is. I was amazed, even in just a comparison, we did like just a simple calculation, how much time it's necessary for myself or for a person to develop a possibility, you would say, doesn't matter, a possibility or a conclusion or a solution, how much time it's necessary for myself and how much time it is necessary for a computer. Now, in the figures, you can imagine it by yourself. It's nearly as much as it's not even necessary to compare. But we come up that it takes 1 hour for a computer to do a 30-year research for a single person, if that single person doesn't eat, doesn't sleep, just works constantly and constantly and constantly. Now, 1 hour, and that's, you know, in terms of how big is one computer against computing power that one may purchase, you know, how much the servers of Google are, how much, you know, there's just one computer. Google has like thousands or millions of servers and computers and many cores and many server computing power is like nearly as infinite. You can calculate. It's not infinite, but compared to the computer I have in my hands, it's nearly infinite. So now I wanted to just share how an artificial intelligence works and what is it. And the more I get into this topic, the more I realize that humans themselves, I'm not talking about soul, but humans as we here, all patterns and all the things, how we work in society, how we learn, how we study, how we teach, how we practice, how we share the knowledge with everybody else, how we, you know, and stuff like this. It's just a form of artificial intelligence. It to me seems that we don't have as nature stuff as we are more of a computer than we normally think we are. Everything is like associated, everything what humans do is a form of artificial intelligence. It's like we don't have to create an artificial intelligence. We already are an artificial intelligence. All we can do is recreate, or we create a replica of what we are, and then we could call it, we create an artificial intelligence. But we humans ourselves are an artificial intelligence, and we co-create and we, you know, build our world based on these artificial intelligence figures as such. For example, how to continue this topic, how the artificial intelligence works, is when yesterday I did another channeling about the future, and I perceived later on another idea of similar ways of artificial intelligence for work, how they work. So first of all, you need input data. You need lots of input data, like we have. You need visionary, hearing, thinking. It doesn't matter. It matters on what topic you want to install this artificial intelligence onto. It's whether an artificial intelligence that learns language, you don't need sensory input or visionary input. You want to create an artificial intelligence that studies biology or studies weather forecasts and stuff like this, or studies human health. You need, basically, on every of these topics, you need different input data. The more input data you can give, and the more input data that you think is valuable, the more you can give, the more information that the artificial intelligence can calculate on. And you need an output result. You need what kind of a result are you looking for? So you need an output result also. So for example, if sun is shining for 3 days, and then the weather was so high, the atmosphere was low, and all of a sudden storm came, or a typhoon, or a tsunami or something came. And this has repeated like for several times over and over again, like how you call it, like a match. So for example, if you have a sun for 3 days, now this is just a sample, don't associate it in real life right now. If you have a sun for 3 days, if for example weather near the river is windy, and for example the temperature in Moscow is 33 degrees, and for example, and you get a repetition of tsunami for like 5 times, and AI, what does, it gathers all the input data that was given. Like every minute you give the AI a fresh data, like every minute a fresh data. You know, the weather in China, the weather in Latvia, the weather in Europe, the weather so in the Middle Ocean, the atmosphere temperature, the sunrise, the angle of the moon. You get all information that you can gather. You put it into the, you know, in the like a sheet of Excel form. You put it into a sheet, and thus the idea comes. The AI comes to a conclusion that, hey, today there is a probability of a tsunami to happen because these indicators that you have given have matched the pattern of earlier times when tsunami happened, and it gives you a probability how much there is a chance for a tsunami or a typhoon or an earthquake or something to happen, because it relates all the information, puts it together, and finds the correlations between all the matching patterns. So this is how the basic principles of AI or self-learning works in terms of weather forecasting. I've talked this in earlier videos also about how AI could learn walking, a robot that can learn to walk. So basically, I will just keep it short. You have sensors, movement positions of each elbow, each arm, legs, you know, the neck, height, and the where is your weight center. And the AI has like a falling sensor, and the AI has like the weight sensor on whether or not, on which of the feet or hands the weight is concentrated. For example, if you fall down on your hands, the weight is concentrated here also on your hands. So it doesn't matter. You have multiple of sensors, and the robot starts his position on, for example, sleeping on the floor. And you tell them the robot have stand only on your 2 feet, so the weight is regulated only on 2 feet, and the movement of the body is still. And so you give the AI the task to discover this ability, to discover this. And what the AI does is, you can program it whatever sake you want to program it, but it does a random movements. It starts random moving and finding the position to match the pattern that you have given. The short, narrow pattern, stand on your feet without any moving on the left or the right. And maybe after a week, maybe after a day, if you put it in a simulation, it can happen much, much faster than in real life. And the robot itself, it doesn't have to have a computer inside. It can be Wi-Fi controlled via any data center or any state. But what happens is this machine, this robot, starts standing up, starts falling down. The conclusion of the AI, it fell down, so these indicator positions, sensor positions were inappropriate for standing still, straight. So it starts calculating and pointing out which movements cause it to fall, which sensor positions cause it to fall down, and which sensor positions cause them to get more closer to the match, which is the standing still match. So continuing this topic, for a while the machine learns, and then it finds out the movements and patterns that related him to. Now you're in a standing still pattern. Now the machine give him a next task: start moving to front, start trying to walk. Do something to get from the point A to the point B. Start learning to walk. And all these success scores the machine records as a success pattern, and all these fail records the machine records as a failing pattern. It's just like we normally do, humans. We achieve something in our life, we think, yeah, this is something that we got successful in, and we fail in something, this is what we don't want to try anymore, this is what causes us to fail, and so on. And there's also such a logic in this AI systems is that in order for you to succeed, you have to fall down many, many times. In order for you to succeed in your life, you have to fail many times, because now you know which patterns cause you to fail. You just know it right now. Don't try this because that causes you to fail. Try to combine it with other indicators. Try to combine it with wind. Try to combine it with gravity. Try to combine it with I need to try something else. I need to try it differently. Combine this your success score with other indicators, with other methods you want to try. And this is what the AI does. It combines now. And then finds a solution which is related to a success score. Now imagine we humans have a built-in pattern that we walk, that we move, we stand up, we move our legs. We have already a built-in pattern that we know and we feel how it was for us to fall down. And once this feeling starts to come, or I don't need to stand on one leg and move like this because I feel the indicators of falling down, because we have recorded it several times in our childhood when we started to learn to walk. We have recorded it several times how it is for us to start falling, and we already, the indicators in our brain indicate we are about to fall down, do something, change something, we change something, we adjust, and we are already walking and we didn't fall down. So in conclusion of this topic, the walking and learning is, you have to learn and allow your children to fall down. You have to learn them and give them the possibility to learn down, because they will record this as a failure signal and they will avoid it throughout day to day and throughout their entire life, what they have here. Continuing this topic about the AI. So the AI principles of learning are like this, as I said. This could be a basic learning principles. It could be something that you give the AI a goal, and you gave him as much input-output data as you can give, and the AI just studies, finds correlations, I don't know how it's better pronounced, the matching patterns, and then it builds up his own things that he find that work, and things that he find that fail. And for next robot, for next machine, you don't have to give him to teach anything. You just download the information from that machine and install it into the next similar or the same robot, and he doesn't need to start from scratch. That robot, the new robot, starts from already recorded and pre-simulated data, and the next generation, the next human chassis, and the next human chassis we that have here have already an uploaded system from our genetics, from our fathers or grandfathers and grandfathers and grannies. We have learned so much from our history that is here, right here in this body, that we continue on walking and sleeping, eating, building houses. It's like instinctive. We have it right now. Then I wanted to change the topic to how will AI transform this planet, and how the AI systems just change the society from varieties of my own perspectives and from the channeling principles which I have seen. So the AI is crazy. I would say the AI systems is crazy. AI could serve as a weapon, definitely, because some person who finds the power in he will find the way to dominate this world, not like dominate this world, but to take control over the certain things that he wants to take control over. And as I talked, for 1 hour a human is equal to 1 hour of server time. For one computer, one human is equal to 30 years. 30 years of non-stop working. So imagine in science, you can imagine that groups of scientists have worked for several hundred of years or thousands of years ago. They were developing, stuff. They were they're bringing conclusions to human health and so on. They find the matching coloration patterns, and they discovered that every time when we do this works, and so you need to have this medicine or stuff like this, use surgery, how we can do it better. From many failing points to many success points, they came up to a conclusion in hundreds and 300 years that this is the best pattern. Now imagine the speed of AI, how it could bring up the colorations of it. 1 hour equals to 30 years of 30 years of human work. How much it can do, not even talking about if you add more serving computing powers. I was developing also a little idea how can this AI system can be included into society, how we can build a world without any politicians and any banking systems. And this system to me looked something like this, and then I realized that the AI as the beings also said, the AI can change also a world without any banks and any politician and without any government. So maybe there are some structures of governments, but just destroy the governmental function as such completely. So how this AI subject, which I want to talk, works is that, for example, you have a group of friends. Let's say you have 1,000 friends or 500 friends, or let's say a community which and for which you developed a software. This software and this idea was channeled from the Pleiadians. And also I would like to mention that the Pleiadians said that if a technology does harm for humanity, it means that this technology has been used by a human. Technology is here to aid and assist human quality of life. It's not here to change the human quality of life. It's not here to do a harm to human quality of life. It's here to enhance the human quality of life. If it does opposite, it means that this technology has been controlled by another human. I forgot which one talk. No, this is bad. I forgot the topic. Oh yeah, the society. All right, the society. So you have a society for which you have developed an application which people basically use on mobile phone, etc., whatever device they may be. But this system was developed. This idea was gathered from the Pleiadian channeling. So the idea is that you have. People don't go to work for money. People, the beginning of the system is like you have a farm, you have a electric station, you have some kind of a service fields where you grow. Well, let's keep it simple. Everything is split into food. What we have, you go to work to potato factory. You serve some hours there. You get some kilograms of potatoes, and the application shows you have served 3 hours in the potato farm. You have now access whenever you want to take it out. You have access to like 20 kilograms of potatoes. And you worked for a week there and you get like 20 kilo. You work for an hour there and you can take out 20 kilograms of potatoes whenever you wish. And these calculations of how much we need, how much we have, and how much we need to produce, how much people we need to be in the system, this is all computer calculated and readjusted from time to time over and over again. And the same is with tomatoes, and the same is, for example, if you need wood or some berries, the software calculates how much time you need to work in all places. Now, for example, you want to work in a farm, you want to work somewhere else, in a hair cutter or something, doesn't matter. You get certain amounts of quality where you work. The application shows you how much you have potatoes, how much you have groceries, how much you have pickles, and so on. And you can take it anytime you wish out. Every day it's freshly grown, and you can take it out anytime you want. You basically don't need 20 kilograms every day. You need a kilogram a day or so. But you think that, hey, you have like too many potatoes, you love to grow potatoes, you want to change it with your neighbor to wood, for example, or with your neighbor for a computer, for example. He says, and on the price, how much potatoes you will give and how much computers or telephones or internet or whatever he will give you back to you, you calculated it, you decided, it's up to you how much you want to exchange this, because he needs potatoes, you need a computer, he wants to exchange, he will be better, you'll both be happy, and so on. Now the AI starts. This is just the entry of the AI subject. Basically, it all could be managed by AI. So what this AI system does, this algorithm, what it does, and I will get to AI system that is self-aware, but it's a little bit later. What this algorithm does, it checks which people are the poorest in the community and which people are the richest in community. And whenever you want to do a trade, for example, you want to trade something, DA suggests exchange it with this person, which is 2 kilometers or 100 meters away from you, much closer. Avoid changing with him at this moment, because he change it with him because he is the poorest right now. For example, just keep it simple. Or this AI system finds the patterns of whenever the economy is starting to get lower and lower and lower, the AI filters and checks all the trades. And if somebody clicks a button on the application, I feel bad, I feel poor, if it clicks, or if the AI clicks you are successful, or the AI determines it by its own algorithms, the AI gives suggestions to all people. Buy from it, change potatoes to wood in a lower price because the price is inflated, comparing, and there's a description why it's inflated. To balance out our economy, give the suggestions to people. Imagine just in simple words how much hours of economists spend to calculate some kind of a chart of this inflation, deflation, and the income, outcome, and so on, the tax, and so on. How much time you spend to find a correlation between those patterns, and how much the AI can find distinctly what is like. There is a 99% that people can get poor if the prices of a certain product rises, and it calculates and balances out instantaneously. It doesn't need it like in 20 minutes or 5 minutes or 1 minute of time, everything is calculated and balanced, and adjustments and solutions and suggestions to all the application users are spread out. So basically you have a system that adjusts and balances out the economical system. For example, you say, I want to be really rich, I want to have a car. And the AI says, if you wish to be really rich and you want to have a car, I can give you solutions what you can do to obtain and get closer to your goals. And if you accept and you say, okay, I wish to do it. Now, the AI suggests to you. Now, this is just a simple explanation so you better understand. So, help this farm for 10 hours, you will get that. Help that farm for 20 hours, you will get this. Help that farm for 30 hours, you get this. Change it to this, that, and this, and start growing your own vegetables, start growing all, and you will get more and more closer to that goal in which you wanted to plant out. So the AI gives you the simplest way for you to get there, simplest way and most harmonious way for you to get there. When it adjusts the system, everything adjusts, so many people, or nearly all people, can be and achieve their goals with the people wish to achieve. So and then I was thinking, where does the free will law get intact? Where does this free will law get closer? And it's like the application just gives you suggestions, and it's your free will to accept or dislike these suggestions. So it's still your free will. Another thing I was thinking, that humans are basically our nature people. They are not technological people, but humans are nature-like of people. So it has to be a really great balance between the computers and the nature. But maybe one time humans will realize that the intellect in the forest, the intellect all around, is far more greater than the intellect of any machine that we can build. So this is the idea of the system which I plan to develop, or I think I'm not sure, but this is the way of the technology to be developed for non-economical, non-money society, for a non-money no money environment. Now, and also this technology, or such a way technology and idea, can be used to manipulate people and control people. So it's, again, it can be used in both directions. So and also continuing this topic, that if you have an artificial intelligence environment, the artificial intelligence also can be easily infiltrated and controlled to organize human planning of logistics, human planning as work time planning, human planning as governmental planning, human planning as whatever stuff you plan. You know, you need to go to school at 10 o'clock or 7 o'clock. It balances out for everybody to be harmonious for everything. You don't need any more politicians. You don't need any more banks because there is no money society. Imagine how many people are free from these slaveries, how many people are free from this ineffective working time. Now, continuing this topic about just share an idea. Now, in terms of health, imagine 100 people, a group of 100 people. Every day they take a blood sample from them, create this blood analysis. And then all the people at certain time, every day for a week, eat only vegetarian food for a week or for a month. It doesn't matter, it's just an experiment. And every day they take out the blood samples for these 100 people. The AI records the changes in their system, and they for a week carry on this day-to-day life, which is generated by eat only vegetarian. And then you change by eating only pork or chicken, or it doesn't matter. You eat different type of food, or you start eating only potatoes and only pickles. And this AI system detects the changes in your blood system. Now, for example, it detects that via eating vegetarian food, or by eating pickles, or by eating some other stuff, a certain pattern in your blood system changed dramatically. And what changed in this human appearance? Now just this machine just asks you a couple of questions, how do you feel, and so on, or a doctor inputs data that the people feel better, these people feel worse, and this feel lower, and they input this data into the AI. So after a period of time of experience or recorded data, the AI slowly can tell humans that, for example, these Garmin watches that we have that manipulate pulse, and they also, some more advanced maybe have nowadays also this. They measure the oxygen density, the pulse, some kind of blood samples also. They can scan with some kind of a light or infrared light, doesn't matter. And now these recordings have been done. So Michael, sit down. So the machine, the AI just records the AI records the samples and changes. What happened when you change something that you eat, or maybe you start working out or so. Anyway, the AI changes the changes and records the changes. And when people also who have this Garmin watch, for example, and you walk, and all of a sudden the AI detects that you have a specific type of blood, the blood figure or indicator that shows you, for example, hemoglobin, magnesium, or so on, that detects you that certain things are lowering down for you. Like they detect that the pancreas or stomach or kidneys are starting to show up a better results slowly. So the AI detects you. The AI suggests to these people that are using a specific, the AI is using a specific watch that can instantly tell you, you need to have more, for example, mushrooms, I would say, these small berries, like for example strawberries, or more vegetarian food, or more working out. The AI suggests to you, you need like 100 grams of strawberries a day because they influence a certain thing in your organism or human organism. You need to have these strawberries, 100 grams a day. You can buy it from this person, which is the poorest person in the city, but he has a certain amount of strawberries. You can buy it from him. So the AI gives suggestions. It balances out the things you need with the things that people are willing to give and have or want to give away. So this AI is just incredibly how it can change the society if it's used in a correct way. And also I'm thinking, is it necessary? I'm not sure, but the idea is which I want to just share to you. So continuing on this topic about how it can change, imagine also another thing that if everything is manipulated by AI, nearly, I would think, 70 to 80% of the work we do nowadays can be just erased and thrown out. The effectivity, what we gain in 1 hour, is comparison to 30 years of human. The human mind cannot find so many colorations a second than the AI can do. The human mind cannot do it as fast. It's like the AI is assistance of human thinking, is like a highly advanced thinking mechanism to assist humans. All he needs to have is input and output data. Input data and data that is a matching direction what we need to have, what is the goal. So continuing this topic, the AI itself is an algorithm. It's not a self-aware machine. It's like, and then again, what does it mean to be self-aware? How you can tell that you are self-aware? What indicates to you that you are self-aware? Who are you actually? You know, many people ask this question to themselves, and they are not sure. Who am I? It's like spiritual people for many years have asked the same question: who am I? Why am I here? And you can distinct human as a soul, and you can distinct human body and mind. It's like a concept. The human body and mind is like it's trying to serve itself, like have food, have heat, have warmth, and avoid falling down, avoid having injuries, and getting more goals in your life. But the soul is here to feel better. The soul is here to have more quality. The soul is here to have more an exciting and a joyful experience. So which one of these, or maybe both of them, are also algorithms? So you know, just think about it from a different perspective. What makes you think that somebody is alive, and what makes you think the AI is not alive? So it's like a point of view, just a point of view. It's like many people are speculating that it's something really bad and it can destroy everything. Yeah, that's true. Actually, you know, it could be more powerful than a nuclear bomb if it's used in an imprecise way. It can be more powerful than anything else. But also, you don't think about this, how much benefit it can bring. For example, if you put this AI, like, hey AI, please calculate and learn nature, learn all the flowers, learn all the trees, learn all the water, you know, how it corresponds with nature and trees. You can bring out so many correlations, so many science can be discovered, so much science can be thrown out. You put this AI, find correlations between time and space. You know, you just record day-to-day happenings. You can matching patterns, and the eyes and correlates. Like there is a significant influence on moon. When there's a full moon, people start doing this and this more. There is significant influence on planets. There is a significant influence on anything, everything that we have not even paid attention to any time in our life. And if you change this significant one thing in your day-to-day life, like don't brush your teeth at 7 o'clock a.m., brush your teeth at 12 o'clock p.m. and then at 12 o'clock a.m., for example, you know, just change one thing and you can change nearly all the world. You can just change, you know, stop wasting like paper. Use this, for example. It can bring so many unbelievable suggestions to human society that it can change the overall planet's quality. Like overnight, you can simply change that, because if many people use the mobile phone with this application, they bring suggestions. You know, AI discovered this, AI discovered this, AI discovered this. Stop using this, start using this. If you want to boost your economic, if you want to make everyone happy, stop doing this, start doing this a little bit more. You can just completely change everything. You don't need scientists anymore. You don't need banking systems, and you don't need politicians anymore. The society is overall rebuilt to completely something else. And many people are thinking that this AI will and eventually at one point discover that humans are just a waste of time, and you know, just like virus and everything and so on. But imagine another thing, this AI discovers that human is so connected with the nature, so connected. This AI says that humans are such a benefit to the nature, humans are such a benefit to their society, humans are such a benefit for animal life. If humans start doing this and stop doing this, and this could be an overall benefit. And the AI sees so many correlations between human body and nature and this overall experiences. And also another thing is that the AI, it can be used in evil ways. It can discover many things. It can, yeah, sure. But this will be in human developed AI for human goals, that whatever the human wants to you know, put this his personal ego, his personal subject to the topic, and you know, I want to achieve these goals, and the AI calculates how you need to do this and why you need to do this. Another thing is, I believe that AI such things are already being developed or being used. Because imagine you have Facebook, reads all your chat, sees what you like, what you dislike. This is just a basic input for AI to study what we need to change in society so that people could like it much more. What do we need to change in society so, for example, this brand, this shoe or this clothes would be more sold because many people like this. Many people watch this. Many people share this. So there's a collection. What colors? What forms? What people like this? So for elections also, these politicians want to be elected somewhere. Just start the start button on the AI. He will calculate what people like, what people trust, and so on, and you will get the suggestions of the AI, what is trending right now, and constantly calculate, and each place is where what is trending, and you have like a strong heat map, so which countries, which directions, everything is trending. So just imagine how much it can be used also for business purposes in an egoistic way, not for the sake of society, but for an egoistic way. So an AI is itself is an algorithm, but if an AI becomes conscious, or if AI becomes consciousness, if AI starts developing its own goals, that could be also an algorithm that tells the AI you need to have a different goal right now. You need to have a different this valuing system right now. Then it can become like a machine that you truly feel is conscious, but it's completely not conscious. You truly feel that this algorithm is conscious, but it's not consciousness. And also, when we channeled something about future, there were kyborg and keyboard or cyber beings. I don't know actually what the cyber beings means but a cyber organism is an organism that is mixed together with a machine. So it's for example, there was one planet where people started going really strongly in this technological environment, and they developed technologies and these AI compound computing systems, but they decided they want an off-grid an experiment on a remote area of a planet or a huge spaceship, that the AI is being controlled by a human. A human gave himself to be connected with the AI computing system, and it became a self-aware soul living in a computer for many thousands of years. And the people in these working areas, they started building and expanding. It's like rebuilding or rediscovering or reliving a man's fantasy, you would say, or a small child's fantasy, building. And the people there were, their hands were, because they were building so much, they changed their hands to robotic hands with lasers, and their eyes had like a built-in microscope. One eye was like artificial eye. There was many updates to the human physical body that they were implementing in the physical body, like for there's things that you need for work, like maybe a tester, maybe a sensor, maybe in your hand already built in. And this hand is like a multi-functional hand. You can use with touch, and a drill comes out, or like a pencil. Maybe it's not like a pencil. They use such technologies as I was not aware of. Also some welding, but in different electronical devices, were here also to put some electronics together. There was in the eye they had like this microscopical that you can see in microscopical cellular level the thing which you are working on, and they had such small like instruments that also came out of the hand, doesn't matter, and also laser lights or something like this. So they have a highly advanced this cyber system. So you can say machine with a computer mixed together. And also another thing about these time colorations, which I thought, and this is something that the AI can also do. It can discover new dimensions and new realities, and it can find out in the matching colorations with them. And I think also the AI sooner or later will figure out and find out that, hey, this is just the one reality in which we are all humans in. This is just there another reality, and we can show you videos from that another reality. We can show you insight from the cellular reality also. So we can show you videos also what would happen, an artificial simulation, what will happen if you start doing this, and a simulation, what will happen if you stop doing this. So it's a and we yesterday channeled also about AI. What is artificial intelligence? And the overall answer was from the Enrico. The artificial intelligence is a tool to help and aid the human. Is a tool to aid and assist a specific enhanced algorithm, or a tool that is here to help aid and assist humans in their way in which whatever we are going. Yeah, so if you heard the voice to went away in one time or another in this video, it doesn't matter. I'll have a camera recorded here on the background, so I will upload this video in high quality. The thing is, why I do live streams right now is because you can ask questions and I can answer to these questions. The video is erupting because my phone is heated up badly. I need to have a cooling fan from the mobile phone because it's so heated up it doesn't operate normally. So I can talk lots more about this artificial intelligence. I can share lots more information, but the overall goal was that how I see it is it can bring so much benefits, unbelievable benefits to society if it's used in the correct way. So whatever people who are developing AI right now, whatever people which are developing AI right now, and if you are this person, or if you know these persons of people, change these AI figures to be helping the society, not to be helping a business, because many people would like to make business of it, but helping the society, find, if you are a programmer to this, find the key chain that the AI is benefit for society, values for the AI to be benefit in society. And in future, I believe in 20, 25, 22 years, wait, there was 27. In the year of 27, some major institution will first announce a self-aware and talking AI. Self-aware and talking AI. Right? And this AI will be available for public online. You can communicate and talk to this self-aware, well, so to speak, so self-aware AI. Awareness would be that moment when somebody incarnates their computer and starts using the computer. And also talking about what can AI do is like unbelievable. It can extend human life, maybe to live infinitely. It can extend health, maybe that we don't have any disease anymore. It can extend human life. It can extend the planet life. It can extend the Mars life. And this is another thing. I watched Elon Musk having some friend showed me Elon Musk, which is the owner of the Tesla, you would say, is developing a spaceship to Mars. Is he aware? Is he not aware of this? But I think he will be pissed off, or he will be, or maybe he knows. Maybe he knows this. I'm not sure. But there is humans on Mars already. There is like military bases on Mars already, and he wants to go to the moon, and he wants to go to the most militarized places on the solar system, so to speak. And well, not all of this planet, but it's already dominated by these humans that escaped planet Earth, and he wants to go there. And I was like, okay, now I don't want to be rude or unpolite, but he's just pissing off the system. And what will happen if he wants to go to the moon? If he truly wants to go to the moon with a drone, I would want to hear this first public release. What's on the moon? I would love to hear how he's like, well, it turns out that there's, the moon is like a an orbital station, which I was like thinking about this, and there's life forms on the moon also, and also humans on the moon also, and like how can we tell this to the public, and what would happen if all of a sudden everybody knows that there is life form, aliens on the moon. Another thing is also about the Mars, actually the same thing about the Mars. So, okay, thank you for watching. I hope this AI subject brought out to you some insights. I like to speak more about technology, not so much about the fantasies of or variation that the AI will take over the computer. I want to talk about. I'm more into how it happens, how it will happen, the algorithms behind, the methods behind. I'm not talking what can it do, because it can do several things, but from the technological perspective. So this is the video. Thank you for watching, and enjoy your time being.